Okay. Kara, I am looking into MemberMouse to set up our publication, much like the Point does, and have some questions about discounts, free shipping, and how exactly the fulfillment of physical book works. You can see our current website here, modernhuntsman.com. So what exactly is the question? Because you said you have questions about discounts, free shipping, and exactly how fulfillment works. Okay, so how fulfillment works is your business, literally. But what's going to happen is you're going to need to know when you need to fulfill something. So when somebody makes a purchase on your site, for something that requires shipping, MemberMouse, when you're creating products in MemberMouse, you have the ability to mark it as a shippable product, which will mean that when somebody checks out to purchase that product, they will enter their shipping address. Now, what you'll be able to do is create a push notification that can be triggered on a particular product being purchased. So say you have, I don't know what your physical product is, but say it's a magazine subscription or something. So when somebody receives that, or when somebody purchases that, you can tell MemberMouse to send you an email when somebody purchases that product. That's kind of the least technically involved way to do it. You'll just receive an email saying, hey, somebody just purchased this magazine subscription. Here's their shipping address. Here's whatever information you need. And then you can do whatever you do on your end to facilitate that. Now, the more, customers of ours who have really significant volume shipping, physical product shipping business, they actually use fulfillment houses. So the way that they handle that, still using the push notification system. Okay, so still using the push notification system. This is where you that push notification gets triggered based on a particular product being purchased, and then if you're, depending on who your fulfillment partner is, what type of capabilities they have, but you can have MemberMouse call a custom PHP script. Well, first of all, again, you can have a low-tech solution where you just send an email to somebody on their team and then they handle that and fulfill it. Or you can have it call a custom PHP script where all the data about the order just placed is passed to it. And if the fulfillment house has an API, then somebody can just simply call an API call on the fulfillment house, pass all the relevant data to their API, and then that will trigger everything to happen on their end the way that it needs to. But essentially, the push notification system is the bridge between MemberMouse and any third-party system, really, in this situation, the fulfillment house. So definitely check out, if you go to support.membermouse.com, definitely check out the overview video on push notifications. That should help ground this idea. But it'll be super straightforward for you to do. In other words, in short, it's very straightforward to accomplish that. With regards to free shipping, again, that's not a problem. Let me just share my screen here. When you can define different shipping methods. So in MemberMouse, you can specify what your shipping methods are and the price. So you could create a shipping method called free shipping, and the price would be $0. So now and then you can go and create your product that's called magazine subscription, whatever. and you can specify the price, $10. You can have a subscription or not, and you just check require shipping. We'll go ahead and save that. And now when I go to purchase this product, you'll see under the shipping options, I can select free shipping. And you'll notice, so the price for the product is $10, shipping price is $0. But then if I select, ground or whatever, it'll change it, to two different prices. So that's how you would do free shipping. And just to kind of give you a visual of the push notification system I was talking about, go to developer tools, create push notification. You can trigger based on product purchased, and then you can specify, I want this to be triggered when somebody purchases magazine subscription. And then you just say, okay, I want to send an email or I want to call a custom script. Zapier is also an option. If your fulfillment house integrates with Zapier, that's another option you would have to be able to bridge them together. With regards to discounts, you can create coupons in MemberMouse. So you go to coupons, you can create a coupon and call it whatever you want. You can do a % off coupon, a $1 off coupon, or just make something altogether free. There are all these other restrictions. You can limit the quantities, have a start and end date, only make the coupon available for a particular product, magazine subscription in this case. So there's a lot of different options you have in terms of offering discounts. And then a cool thing with regards to discounts is, say that you create, let's say that you're going to do a promotion and it's like in a print ad or something like that. And I want to do, let's just say holiday promotion, whatever. And the coupon code is going to be 20 off. You probably wouldn't do that, but let's just say that's what it is. So it's 20% off. And we're going to make it available to the first 100 people. And we're going to have it only apply to the magazine subscription. So here's the coupon code, 20 off. So in whatever advertising you do, you can say, okay, we'll go to this link and do 20% off. That's one way you could do it. But you can also, let me show you. So you can go to purchase the magazine subscription, and then the coupon field, you can put 20 off here, apply coupon, and then it's taking $2 off. Or what you can do is you can just have the coupon be passed to the checkout page directly, so somebody doesn't have to actually type it in themselves. And when you pass it in the URL like this, it'll automatically populate the coupon and apply it to the order. And then, so if that's the URL, again, this is a pretty crazy URL that you would want to put in an advertisement in a magazine or something. People aren't going to remember that. So in conjunction with a tool like, there are plugins like, what is it called? Pretty Links, I think. Is that what it's called? Plugins. Pretty Links. Install. Activate. Okay, so with a tool like this, and there are other plugins that do this. It's a pretty straightforward thing, and it's being done. But basically, the target URL is this, really long URL, which includes the coupon. But then what you can do is you can create a kind of a link that will redirect to that longer link. So something like special or whatever. So now when I save this, when I go to localhost MM1 special, it will redirect to that page, apply the coupon directly, and then the customer just needs to purchase it, and that's it. So problem we have now is that subscribers are getting free shipping on books, but we don't want them to have free shipping on other things like merch. So which one did I answer already? The one about the percent off the coupons? Because I'm not sure your discount app is, okay, yeah, I think that's the one I answered. Okay, got it. Let me just clean this up. Okay, so with regards to your question about alternating between what shipping methods are available based on what's being purchased, that is also possible. So let me share my screen again. So you're basically saying free shipping should only be available as an option when they're purchasing that one particular product or whatever. Some conditions. There are some conditions on when it should be used. So let's just say, let me just figure out how I want to purchase. Okay. So go to pages. We go to the checkout page. And I'm going to do a find on this page for shipping methods so that I can locate where the shipping methods are actually being rendered. So here we see, this is what we're called MemberMouse smart tags. MemberMouse smart tags is a whole component of MemberMouse that allows you to output functional elements, output dynamic data, dynamically show or hide content based on who's looking at the page without programming anything. So very powerful component of MemberMouse. That's just the overview I'm going to give right now. I'm not going to go into them in detail, but you can see right here, this smart tag is actually rendering the dropdown of available shipping methods. So it's going to render the same exact dropdown regardless of what's being purchased. But what you want is you want to display a different dropdown in different scenarios. So there's going to be a little bit of a customization we have to do there, but it is entirely possible and not a big deal. So let's just go to the checkout page. We're going to copy this HTML. So you got to inspect this so we can see what HTML is being rendered by that smart tag. So basically it starts here, this select. So I'm going to edit this as HTML in my browser. I'm going to copy that. And I am going to come back to my checkout page and I'm not going to work. It would take me more time to put this exactly where the shipping method is just because of how this page is currently laying out. But rather than do that, I'm just gonna demonstrate the fundamentals of how this works so I'm not worried about look and feel right now. I'm just want to demonstrate to you how this works. So I want to be able to enter in HTML content. So I'm going to get a block for HTML content. And I'm going to paste in that HTML. So this HTML outputs the shipping methods, all of the shipping methods. Now, and actually, let me just copy this smart tag too. So that HTML outputs all the shipping methods because I just copied it from the checkout page. This smart tag outputs the same exact thing because, and I'll just demonstrate this because, sorry, hold on. This needs to go. This needs to go somewhere else. Come on. Yeah, the way that this page is set up is not really going to be easy for me to do this. Basically, the fundamental thing, I'm not going to be able to show you the result just because a lot of different things, but essentially what you're looking for is this order decision smart tag. So here's the documentation, and I'll just copy one of these examples, order decision. So we come back to the page and we paste that in. And what the order decision smart tag does is it allows us to show or hide content based on what's being purchased, or really based on a number of different parameters. But we can see here, we can do it based on product ID, which is what we want to do in this situation, because we only want to display free shipping in the dropdown if they're purchasing the magazine subscription. So to get that ID, we go to product settings, not product settings. And the ID of that magazine subscription product is 21. So we come in here and we put 21. So if the product being purchased is 21, we want to show all shipping methods. So I'll just use the smart tag because the smart tag itself outputs all shipping methods. If the product is not 21, and in order to do that, I just put an exclamation point in front of it, meaning it's anything other than the magazine subscription being purchased. I don't want to offer the free shipping. So I look at this HTML and I find the value that's free shipping, option, free shipping, and I just delete that. Okay, so now when we save this and we visit the page, if I am purchasing the magazine subscription, it'll show a drop down with free shipping as an option. If I go to it and purchase it as something else that's not the magazine subscription, it will show the drop down without free shipping. Sorry for the roundabout kind of way that we arrived here. It's not as complex as I needed to do it because this is doing it in real time, and there's some limitations in terms of my environment to be able to show this to you. It's very straightforward. If you have any questions about it, there will be a replay on this. You can review it. You can pass it on to your developer. It should make a lot straightforward sense to them. And obviously, if you have, when it comes to implementing specific questions, you can ask our support team. But that's how you do it. Let's see here. All right, Debbie. Let me hold on. Stop sharing this. I do not currently have MemberMouse, but would like to explain what I'm looking for and if MemberMouse would be a good fit. And if so, which level of MemberMouse would be most appropriate? I want to sell MP3s that would drip out to customers on a weekly basis. Customers can purchase them in 3 ways. 1 monthly, 2 smaller group, 3 entries, entire set of recordings. I would like for purchasers to be able to upsell if they would like. I want this to be as hands-off for me as possible once I get it set up that I can run on itself. How are the materials protected, through WordPress or via MemberMouse? Okay, so there's 2 major parts to answering this question. The first question is basically, because MemberMouse isn't going to be the entire solution here. So there's going to be the things that MemberMouse is going to assist with, which is a big portion. It can be a big portion. And then there's going to be like the file delivery, file protection. That's outside of MemberMouse's. MemberMouse doesn't do that stuff. There are different WordPress plugins that will handle file protection, file access, and stuff like that. So you'll be using something like that in conjunction with MemberMouse. But as far as being able to offer somebody, like being able to say to somebody, here is, like, let me just, for example, am I still sharing my screen? No, okay. So let's take a look at our demo site. That is not how you spell demo. D-E-M-O, dem.membermouse.com. Okay, so let me trying to look at your question again. Customers can purchase. So you have 3 different options of how people can purchase your site. So basically you're gonna have a page like this. They're gonna have 3 options for what they can sign up for. This is easily accomplished. You create a few different products in MemberMouse that identify the price that somebody's going to be paid, and when they purchase that, what they should get access to. You'll most likely be using products in conjunction with bundles. So in MemberMouse, there's the concept of what you're going to pay for, which is covered by products. And then there's a concept of what you get access to, which is covered by bundles. And then there's a relationship between the two. So you'll see here, I have all these different products with different prices, $10 every month, $100 every year, whatever. And then you'll see here associated access, which basically means when I purchase this product, I'll get this bundle. When I purchase this product, I'll get this bundle on the account. And then when you go to protect content, there are a number of ways you can protect content, but just to kind of bring this concept home, when you go to say create a page, you want it to be protected, there is a MemberMouse options box where you can grant access, and you grant access based on bundle. And then you can say, okay, they get access to this bundle on day 0. Sorry, they get access to this page on day 0. And then you click grant access. So the products is what they pay, and then that gives them a bundle, like it tags their account with a bundle, and then you can protect content using that bundle. Now, your situation is going to be slightly different because you're protecting files. You're not protecting pages or posts within WordPress. Although you could do it that way. That might be actually the best way to do it potentially. Because you can have, what you could do is, one way you can protect content is through categories. So when you're creating posts in WordPress, you have the ability to create categories. So you can create categories that help you identify like which type of people should have access to that file, right? So you can have group A, tag a group A category, whatever, group B, category, whatever categories make sense for your situation. And then as you're creating, if you're going to deliver the content via posts in WordPress, it could be like, this could be like a playlist or something, a particular MP3s. Again, I don't know what your situation is, but just trying to make it as generic as possible. And you see here the categories. So you can say, okay, what groups should get access to this playlist? And you can say, okay, it's group A and group B, or it's just group A, right? Whatever it is. Now I'll show you how this helps us in terms of integrating with MemberMouse. So now that we have categories, when you go to your bundles, you can say, let's just say bundle B, and I'll edit this. You can specify that when somebody purchases this bundle, they get access to all content that is tagged with these categories. So what that means is that once you set it up that way, when somebody purchases that, any post that you flagged or any that you flagged is accessible to particular groups will then be immediately accessible by that person. So you basically bridge the gap between somebody paying you something and getting access to the content. So that's one component of it. And really, you just set that up once, and then, like you said, it runs. You don't have to, you don't have to worry about it until something changes, like you have new content or something new that you need to model. Let's looking at your other question here. The files are for women who are pregnant. There will be 40 recordings connected with each week of the pregnancy. They can then buy each month, trimester, or entire set of recordings. With how you just explained this, I could then create the playlist for each month. Yeah, you can definitely do that. You basically, and you can do it you don't have to call it a playlist, because now that I understand more of what your situation is, you could basically have a page for each week, or you could have a post for each week. You can have a category for each week, and then you can have it for trimester or entire, whatever. You can do it, all the different permutations of how you want people to be able to access it. You can have a category for that, and how you deliver the content can be a page, right? And based on how you want the user, this comes down, how you do this comes down to what you want the user experience to have, what you want these women to see at one point. So that comes down to design, basically. But to keep things simple, the answer is it's possible, right? A lot of the work here is going to become in visualizing, what do I want somebody to see and when. This could look like just like something you draw on paper. And then when you have the different pages that, okay, this is how I want it to look, and here's what I want to have on it, then you would then translate that into a post in WordPress, and then you would protect that post with MemberMouse, basically. And as far as content protection, in this particular situation, I don't actually think that you would need to. Okay, you want them to be able to download the files, I guess, is what you're saying. Okay, yeah. You probably want to, because what I was thinking is you can upload the files to like something like SoundCloud, and then embed the SoundCloud player on the page itself, so that in a sense, just by the nature of that it's embedded, it's protected. I actually don't think you need to worry about content protection, file protection, because you can have the download link so they can download it, but unless you're super concerned that somebody's going to pirate this stuff and whatever, then I wouldn't worry about the extra work. Like I have a online T course, and I do the same thing. I have videos that are the course lessons, and then I give them a download of the file that they can download on their phone if they want. And of course, once something has a file, well, now they can take all my files and put it up somewhere, but that really doesn't happen. And the fact of the matter is, even if you have it protected, if somebody really wants to take your content, anything that's coming out of your speakers, people can pirate it. So personally, at this stage in the game, until you're dealing with super high volume, I wouldn't create the extra work for yourself to think about, how do I protect the files themselves. The fact that they won't even get access to the files or see the download links unless they've actually paid to access your members area should be sufficient to start anyway. So hopefully that helps. Which level of MemberMouse would be good for you to start? The most basic, low level, the first level, the builder, is all you need to start. So once you get, once you start having, 3 to 6 months in, and you're starting to get some traction and all this stuff, and you could really do, you're starting to fine tune things, and you're starting to wonder about questions like, based on what my churn rate is, based on my lifetime customer value, what types of things can I do to improve my numbers? Then you might want to upgrade to the advanced plan so you have access to analytics and stuff like that. But really, to get started, that stuff's not necessary. And I think you asked about upselling or something. Somebody did, and I don't think I spoke to it, but upselling is definitely possible. It's really easy to do with MemberMouse. And when you're using a payment service like Stripe, which I recommend using Stripe as your payment provider, one-click purchases are easy to accomplish with MemberMouse. So that's what I recommend. Okay, Kara is asking, can you talk a bit about how to customize the look and language of the protected no access post, i.e. can we show a little bit of the post? Yes, you can. There is a support article, I believe, that goes into the different ways that you could do that. Cindy, do you have access to that article? You know which one I'm talking about? It's basically like shows the different ways you can show. I think it archives is in the title or something. It uses the examples of the more tag and access smart tags, access decision smart tags, etc. But Kara, there are many options in terms of how you can do this. The most basic way is going to be to use the more tag, the WordPress more tag. Excuse me. I'll share my screen again. So this is the blog post on our site. Yeah. So read this. This will do a better job than I'm going to be able to explain in like 5 minutes. But in essence, it goes from most basic ways that you can accomplish this. Actually, no, this is only I think this is only talking about the one way, the access decision smart tags. There's another support article that goes into, this is a great article. It's the most advanced way to accomplish what you're talking about, which is to create what I call self-promoting content, and you have 100% control over what somebody sees of the content. But I'm talking, there's also another article that may be in relation to what you're asking about. Let's see if this is the one. Okay, here it is. Protect content in RSS feeds, search results, and archives. So these are the different ways you can control what somebody sees if they're looking at an archive or something like that of all your posts like listed out. What it will determine what they see. And again, you can use the access decision smart tag. So between this article and the other blog post about creating content that markets itself, that should tell you what you need to know. Cool. All right, so that's it for today. Thank you all for joining and for your questions. Hope it was helpful. And if happy to answer any questions in future office hours as you're kind of moving along with your projects. And then of course, in the meantime, if you do have questions, our support team is always available. And in a lot of cases, more efficient than I am at answering questions. So always feel free to email our support team at support@membermouse.com if you run into anything and need help. But will you get the videos with the links to the articles along with the video replay? Cindy, do you usually send out the links when you send the replay in the email? Yes, the links will be listed on the YouTube video descriptions. Yep, there you go. Thank you, Cindy. So yeah, so if you need any help at any point, feel free to reach out to support at membermouse.com. And that's it. So I hope you have a nice weekend, and I will see you next time.